Hi folks, it's your humble homesteader friend here with you again today. Coming to you from my off-grid homestead in the forest. And as some of you know, um, from my previous videos, living off the grid and humbly and sustainably is not cheap. And if you have not a lot of resources, you have to you don't have the money to buy fancy tractors and fancy tools. So whatever that you buy has to be rugged enough to withstand the work you do. And if from some of my videos you've seen the kind of work I have to do, and I'm not hard on my tools, just I require something that's rugged, and I actually use my tools. So they have to withstand a lot of, not abuse, but, heavy weight, uh, back and forth, temperature drops and heat, whatever. So today I'm going to review a wheelbarrow that I bought a few years ago, and you can see some battle scars. It's got oak, I believe, if not elm or ash handles that extend through. It's got tubules, which I recommend, because a lot of times when you're in the forest, there are bugs. You have to swat them. You might want to scratch your head. Something with the tubule action wheelbarrow, I can move my load with one hand, as opposed to if it's just one hand, I have to set it down, do what I have to do, scratch my head, whatever, and then pick it up and move, which is fine if you need the rest. But when you have a lot to do before the sunset or before the rain starts, you want to move as much as you can, as fast as you can, move as much load as you have to before the day's over. So I've had this for about 5, 6, maybe even 7 years now. And I mean, it's seen better days, and you can see I move a lot of firewood, heavy loads, and soil and gravel, whatever. But you can see how the weight of the firewood here has pushed this side, the middle, and the sides down, but not the handles. So it's almost dented it, taking the contour of the handles. It wasn't like that. I don't remember it being like that. I think it was all straight and flat when I first bought it. So just to show you what the kind of load that I move, the weight of the load. This one's by Yardworks. It's actually, they've done a pretty good job at making it, not boring looking. I mean, the handles are really cool. I like them. They give enough support, but they're not spongy like the kind that would break down after a while. I mean, this is 5 years. Mind you, I never leave my tools outside in the rain, in the sun. I mean, if I'm working with them, that's one thing, but I don't leave them out at night for the morning dew, rain, snow, none of that. But still, one other feature that I like about this thing is that when it's not, when I set it down, the legs of it, the stand or whatever, the two that you can see here, are such that they keep, especially in the winter when I'm storing it in the garage or in the storage, it's such that it takes the weight off of the wheels. And I'll show you what I mean. No one's holding it, and the wheel is turning freely. You see, as opposed to if the wheels were to be on the ground, like say you would store your tires, your car for months and months. They might become flat on the part that's on the ground. So by this having to lift it off every time you set it down, so the weight's distributed on the legs and not on the wheels, which is good. And then at the front of it, it's got this sort of a bumper that if you bump into something, it can. I haven't really, but it lets you know that you've gotten too close to something. Um, you see, you can see the bumps as a result of me having to. I mean, you have to move a lot of firewood or whatever. You just throw it in after a while, but it's managed. It's done well. Anyway, I would give this a 4-star rating. They're not terribly expensive. I think this was $150, new, obviously, but I mean, I don't know anyone that would sell their wheelbarrows used, but I it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It doesn't look like I'm going to need to replace it soon. So when I divide that $150 into even 5 years, but I think I've had it for 7 years now, and it's it served me well. I mean, I can't complain. So, and like I'm saying, I need something that can I actually use these things. I don't not like a weekend warrior or have something like that in a garage, just like a man cave or something. It's just something that all my tools actually get used. Some harder than others, but this is one of the ones that works for its for its uh, whatever. Well, if you have this is not. I didn't get this. Obviously, I said I paid for this full price. So this is not one of those videos, whatever you call them. But if you have something, a tool that you want me to try and review and write about it, and it has to pass my my sort of test of time, and I will. If I can get my hands on it. I don't, it has to be something that I can obviously afford, but um, based on my budget. Or if you're a company that wants me to do a review, I can do that too and write on that. Anyway, that's all for now. It's good being with you. Bye bye.